We are in the building. We are in the building. Welcome to the check-in report. About to start the show very, very, very soon, y'all. Today we're gathered here to talk about Amanda Seal. Amanda Seal, and salute to Amanda Seal. Salute to Amanda Seal. I haven't always been on the same page with her, but she's made some remarks about Obama and black people's affinity with Barack Obama. And I thought it was a interesting time, an interesting concept to talk about this. Black people's affinity with Barack Obama. If you're tuning in, this is the check-in report. We're coming in live and direct on a vertical stream. Salute to everybody that's in the building. Live and direct on a late night. We're doing a late night vertical stream. Hope you guys are having a good night. Let me just make sure everybody's in the building here. Yeah, we're doing a vertical stream tonight. We're in here. We're in the building. We're here to talk about Amanda Seal. Amanda Seal has made some remarks about Mr. Barack Obama. And I think rightfully so. Barack Obama, he ran a campaign on change. He ran a campaign on hope. He ran a campaign on being the champion for Black America. And he did not deliver on any of those promises when it comes to Black America. Remember, this is the man who got so much support from the Black populace of voters. People outstandingly, when it comes to the Black demographic, supported him. I mean, yes, did the LGBTQ support him? Yes. Did other minority groups support him? Yes. But nobody came out in stronger numbers than Black America did for Barack Obama. And in 2025, years later, what do we have to show for a Barack Obama presidency? The first supposed Black man that ever took the White House. What do Black America have to show for it? Do we have anything in legislation? Do we have anything in terms of a bill passed for Black America? Do we have anything put in place to the advancement of Black America? And Amanda Seal, and Amanda Seal is a very articulate woman. She's a very intelligent woman. She's a very smart woman. And she's criticizing Black people's affinity for Mr. Barack Hussein Obama. Fire! 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 Rightfully so. Rightfully so. I mean, in my opinion, before we play the video, let me just say my thoughts before we get into the video in terms of Barack Obama. And salute to anybody that's in the building right now. We're talking about Amanda Seal. She spoke a little bit about Black people's affinity for Barack Obama. After he's out of office, after years of him popping up every now and then with a book to sell. Michelle Obama popping up at the election rallies. Black people still having affinity for the 8 years of a Obama presidency. And before we play Amanda Seal's comments, and I haven't watched the whole thing, but I heard she was very critical of Barack Obama. So it's going to be a live reaction of what she's saying. Like I said, what do Black America have to show for? For 8 years of an Obama term, what do we have to show for? Why do Black people have this affinity for Barack Obama? I don't understand it. He incentivized the LGBTQ. We know what he did for LGBTQ, what he did for same-sex marriages, what he did for that community. He did a lot for that community. He put a lot of things in place for that community. He bailed out big corporations. These are the things we know. We know about Obamacare. We know about these things. But what did he do specifically for the advancement of Black America? What did he do specifically to help Black America economically, financially? Did he speak on our behalf? Did he speak for us? Was he a mouthpiece for us? Did he invoke any change? You know, and everything, and remember, everything doesn't have to be him putting a bill in place. He could have used his influence, his voice. This is the most powerful man in the world at the time. He could have used his voice, his influence, to invoke change for Black America. He decided not to. He decided not to do that. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Cause my give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Cause my thing is smushed here. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. That should be better. Yeah, you know, but he decided not to use his voice to invoke change for Black America. He decided to say, you know, we're not going to do anything. Salute to iMaster. Salute to iMaster in the building. Salute to you. Yeah, but you know, Barack Obama, he decided not to use his voice for helping Black America. You know, he decided to be docile. He decided to be silent. He decided to be a president for everyone, not for Black America. He decided to disregard all of the Black people that came out and voted for him. All of those Black mothers, all of those Black aunties, all of those middle-aged Black fathers, all of those young Black people coming out in record numbers supporting him. He decided to disregard that. Don't forget about those little Black mothers, those young Black people. I don't care that your great-great-great-great-grandmother, she's 91 years old. She was around for the civil rights era. I don't care that she came out and voted for me. We're not doing anything for the Blacks. Essentially, that's what he did. And Black people still have this affinity. I even seen a video of a Black woman. She was at some type of United States, United. She was at some type of American museum where it's like a bunch of stuff that is in regards to American history. And they had all of the presidents, all 46 presidents. They had them lined up, and she goes through the whole lineup and she slaps all of. Anybody ever saw that video? It's a Black woman, and she goes through the whole lineup and she slaps all 46 presidents. Then she gets to Barack Obama and she gives him a hug. So it's very real. Black people still have this affinity for this man who did absolutely nothing for them. And I'm just here to talk about this, and I'm just here to, you know, hear what Amanda Sill has to say. So let me hear what Amanda Sill had to say in regards of Barack Obama and Black people's affinity in 2025 for this man. Let's get into it.
Lots of folks really still loving Obama, and I'd be like, still? And even if like you have an affinity towards Obama, when I see people, and when I say people, I'm talking about Questlove. I saw Questlove post something about Obama, and he was like, you know, I've been seeing a lot of folks nitpicking Obama lately. And then I went to unfollow him, but he had already unfollowed me. So I don't know how at this point in this time people are still calling, you know, like a friend of mine still like, but Obama and Michelle are my forever FLOTUS. And I'm like, why? Things like Obama did more specifically for us. Please tell me, what did Obama do specifically for Black people? Please, somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. Please. Obama was a great orator. He inspired many people with his presence. But that does not avail him of critique and talking about his bad choices and policies. Inspired them to do what? What did Obama inspire them to do with his presence? Aspire to be a part of establishments? He never spoke about reparations. He never spoke about police protections, about securing police protections for Black people. Or just for anyone, honestly. Just like, qualified immunity should be removed in general.
She cooking right now. She cooking. She cooking.
He said we couldn't have Medicare for all because the insurance companies provide jobs. Like, what are we, like, at some point, your politics has to come beyond identity. And that is what so many of us are stuck in. The identity politics, which literally is just, because they look like me. Representation is not a generic concept. So should we be proud that Clarence Thomas is on the Supreme Court? Should we? I see lots of folk.
Now, we're going to get into her. Now, I want to say off the rip, I thought what Amanda Seale said was absolutely brilliant. Fire! 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 Salute to Girl Speak. Hold on. Let me put Girl Speak up there. Hold on. Salute to Girl Speak. Girl Speak says Amanda is right. She is. She's absolutely right. I think what Amanda Seale said was absolutely brilliant. She hit the nail on the head. Obama did absolutely nothing for Black America. That's a fact. But what you have is a lot of people still clinging to this identity politics. Just because Barack Obama has a little melanin, just because Barack Obama has a black wife, people are holding and clinging on to that. They don't care that he didn't do anything. They don't care that he didn't put anything in place for Black America. They don't care that he never spoke about reparations. They never care. They don't care that he didn't put a hate crime bill in place to protect Black Americans from getting terrorized in the streets from police officers. They don't care about none of that. They are fine and okie dokie with a token black president. Fire! They're satisfied with that. They're complacent with that. They don't want actual change. They want the tokenism. They don't want when a George Floyd situation happens, they don't want actual change. They don't want something put in place like some type of bill or reform that could help stop this from happening again. They are complacent with a statue. You have a lot of black people that are like this. And she hit the nail on the head. He didn't do anything for Black America. So I agree with her. I don't understand. I never understood the affinity. I never understood the affinity. You know, I think after the first 4 years, for me essentially, after the first 4 years, I was over it. I was over the whole black president, him dusting off the shoulder and all the performative stuff and all the tan suits. I got over that. And I realized what Obama was. Obama was just a puppet. Obama was just a puppet. He was just there to satisfy the populace. He was there to make white people comfortable. He was there as an LGBTQ president. He was there to push through their agendas. And he was there as a puppet. He wasn't there for Black America. And remember, people, remember the 2008 presidency. He ran a campaign on what, ladies and gentlemen? Change. Hope. He ran a campaign on change and hope. He didn't run a campaign on the same old. He didn't run a campaign on LGBTQ rights. He ran a campaign on change and hope. So a lot of Black Americans felt that this is the guy. This is the man that is actually going to invoke change. This is the man that's actually going to fix things for Black America. This is the guy who's going to make things right. He will be a great president for Black America. We will finally have a great black president for Black America. But what we got, we didn't get that. We did not get that. We got someone that was docile, someone who ignored what was happening in Black America. Trayvon Martin happened underneath his watch. He didn't do anything. He didn't, he spoke about it. He did a little speech about it, but he didn't do anything about it. He didn't put any bills in place, any reform in place. to fix that, to mitigate that. He didn't do any. He didn't. He didn't. All he did was speak about it, and that was it. He didn't put anything in place to fix what was happening to Black America. He never spoke about doing anything in terms of reparations. Remember, Barack Obama is not a foundational Black American man. Barack Obama essentially is a tether. So, respectfully, and that's and this is why this is why FBA had to delineate. I believe Barack Obama's presidency was a big reason why a lot of foundational Black Americans realized that it was time to delineate. We have to delineate because when you have tethers propped up, put in positions of power, right? Hear me out. When you have tethers propped up, I think Obama was the first realization that FBA had to delineate. When you have tethers put in position of power, and they do not identify with the Black American struggle, with Black American pain, with the Black American story. When they don't identify with that, they are a problem for us, and they are not on the same page as us. Fire! 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 So we had to delineate. We had to delineate from the tethers. We had to delineate from the Caribbeans and the Africans. Because they don't identify. They don't reason with us when it comes to reparations or a hate crime bill. So we had to delineate. And I believe Obama's presidency was a realization of that. Because I never heard about FBA or delineation until Barack Obama and the terrible job he did as a president. Let's continue. Let's listen to what she says and break this down again. This is Amanda Sill, and salute to Amanda Sill. Listen. I've had my issues with Amanda Sill. I've critiqued her before. And there's a lot of things that she said in the past that I don't agree with. A lot of things that I thought she was off her rocker when she said it, but she is an intelligent woman. She's a very intelligent woman. She's a very articulate woman, and I think she was spot on with this assessment of a Barack Obama's presidency. Spot on. So let's listen to what she said. Let's break down some things what she was saying. Let's get back into Amanda Sill talking about a Barack Obama presidency for Black America. Let's get back into it.
Really still loving Obama? And
yeah, there are Black Americans out there still licking the boots of Obama. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a lot of Black women. A lot of Black women are still in love with this whole Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, the love story, the whole Black love. It's all hogwash. What did Barack Obama and Michelle Obama do for Black America with 8 years in that damn White House? What did they do? What did they fix? What did they change? Does Black America have anything to show for 8 years of Obama in office? It's crazy, and and like I said, a lot of people, a lot of Black people are satisfied with the tokenism. And I spoke about this. I said how when a George Floyd situation happens, some people are satisfied with the statue. They don't want the Congress to put in a bill. They don't want, reform. They don't want actual change. They would rather just take the statue. No, we don't want you to change. No, they want to leave the door open for that situation to happen again. They're fine with just a statue. Let's put a statue there, and when the next situation happens, we'll just come back to the statue. They don't want the change. They want the statue. They want the tokenism. And that's what Obama was. He was just a token president. Let's continue.
I mean, like, still? And even if, you have an affinity towards Obama, when I see people And when I say people, I'm talking about Questlove. I saw Questlove post something about Obama, and
Yeah, you have a lot of black celebrities like Questlove, a lot of Libby's leftist. They still lick the boots of a Barack Obama's presidency. And I hear black celebrities. I even heard Stephen A. Smith saying, "Oh, if Donald Trump, if he gets to run for a third term, that opens up the door for Barack Obama to get another third term." Stephen A. Smith, I hate to break it to you, but Black America is not voting for Barack Obama like they did in 2008. That's a fact. A lot of black people have gone sour on Barack Obama. They've gone sour on him. During that Kamala Harris election campaign, when he was chastising black men for not voting for Kamala, he accused them of womanizing or just being, reluctant to vote for a woman or whatever it was, misogynoir, whatever it was. Accusing black men. He didn't care to think maybe black men didn't like the way Kamala was running the country. They didn't like how she, dropped the ball on the border. They didn't like the way the economy was running. None of that mattered to Obama. No, you guys are just misogynists. You guys just hate women. You guys would rather see black women in a rap video to have her run your country. The disrespect that he showed. Maybe I should pull that up. Let's pull that up. This is a research show. Let me pull that up. Where Barack Obama, I have a problem with black men not voting for Kamala Harris. I have a problem with that. Let's pull that up. Just the disrespect. Hold on, black men. Let me look that up because that was crazy. Black men, Kamala. Hold on. I gotta pull that up. Hold on. Let me see if we can pull that up. Where he was slamming black men for not voting for Kamala. I may have a problem with that. If you're thinking not to vote for let me see. Is this it right here? Let me see. We gotta play that video. If you're thinking about voting for Donald Trump but not voting for Kamala, I may have a problem with that. we got to play that. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to go on. How many of y'all remember this video where Barack Obama chastising black men, antagonizing black men for wanting to vote for Donald Trump? Now, listen, I'm no Trump supporter. I'm no Kamala supporter either. But did Obama, like I said, did Obama even care to think maybe black men didn't like the way Joe Biden and Kamala were running the country? Did Obama even think about that? Maybe maybe they didn't like the way she was running the border. They didn't like the way the economy was being run. They didn't like the way they were dropping the ball on foreign policy. They didn't like the inflation. Did Obama care to think maybe that's why black men are not sure about Kamala? And instead of coming in there chastising them, antagonizing them, after 8 years of you not doing absolutely nothing for black men, to have this nasty vitriol attitude as if we owe you something. We owe something to Barack. We don't owe you a damn thing, Barack. But you came strolling in telling black men what to do. We didn't like that. We didn't appreciate that. Let's continue, though.
Go ahead and just speak some truths, if you don't mind, please. Because my understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities.
Let me tell you why you didn't see the same turnout, Barack. Let me tell you why you didn't see the same turnout, the same numbers, the same support that you got in 2008. Let me tell you why, Barack. It's because of you. You're the reason. I'm gonna be honest with you. If we're gonna blame anybody, if of course we gotta blame Kamala. She did a poor job at the border. A lot of people felt that she was inept. A lot of people saw how she failed at the Iowa caucuses, and they were wondering why would we vote for this woman? A lot of black people, like myself, were very offended when she said that she wouldn't do anything specifically for Black America. I played that clip into exhaustion. But I would like to say that outside of Kamala, the two people we can blame for Kamala not winning that presidency is Joe Biden for not stepping down and not, giving her enough time to prepare to run an election. And I would say it's Barack Obama. If it's two people we could look at, I'm going to say it's Joe Biden and Barack Obama. Obama. A lot of black people stopped believing in the Democrats because of you. You were in that White House for 8 damn years, and you did absolutely nothing for Black America. You don't think that factored into black voters' minds? You don't think that factored in? You don't think that black people had second thoughts on voting for Kamala because of you? Because you showed up? And it's been, and salute to Girl Speak, she says Kamala was supposed to invoke the 25th Amendment. Or maybe we'll talk about that at some point. But you don't think that you showing up had something to do with her losing that election? A lot of people don't talk about this, but Barack has only been able to help himself. He showed up for other Democratic nominees for different things, whether they be governor or someone's running for office somewhere. He showed up for different politicians, and a lot of them have failed because Barack has not been able to help his fellow Democratic Party members. People don't believe in him. People don't respect. A lot of black people don't respect, if they're not, licking the Democratic boots. Of course, if they're licking the Democratic boots, they're licking the gooch in the Democratic boots. Salute, salute to Jadero in the building. I see Jadero's in the building. He says, yo, what's good, man? What's good, man? Yeah, we're talking about Barack Obama, and we're talking about Kamala Harris, and we're talking about Amanda Seale. She's criticizing an Obama presidency, and why do black people still have an affinity for Mr. Barack Hussein Obama? And I was just playing this video. Remember how he disrespected black men with this video. He made it seem that we had to vote for Kamala just because he said so. Y'all better vote for Kamala because I said so. Barack Obama, you don't hold any culture currency with Black America anymore. You're a LGBTQ president. You're not a black president. We don't look at you, Barack Obama, with this, the majority of Black America, we don't look at you with this affinity, with this respect, with this valor. A lot of us look at you with disgust. Look at you as a traitor. Look at you as a puppet. You didn't do anything for Black America. And then you showed up on the election trail acting as if black men owed you a vote, or they owed Kamala a vote because you and your high yellow ass showed up. We don't owe you anything. Let's take a listen to how he was talking to black men. He was very disrespectful to black men. And this is why black men didn't show up to vote. This was very disrespectful, the way he talked about black men. Let's play it. Let's play it.
We saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
With the brothers. Obama, you ain't been a brother he really ain't never been a brother. If we're gonna be real, this is an African. This is a tether right here. He's never been a brother. Salute to Jadero. He says, "Yeah, that's a fact. He did a lot for the alphabet. That's a fact. He did it. He did a lot for the alphabet community." And I coined the term that he's the first LGBTQ president. And and let me also say this. My issue with Barack Obama in terms of this video, why did he do this at an LGBTQ rally? He did a lot for the LGBTQ, like the alphabets, like Jadero said. He did a lot for that community. Why wasn't he talking to LGBTQ whites? There's a lot of conservative LGBTQ whites. Why didn't Obama talk to that community and say, why aren't you guys voting for Kamala? I did a lot for you guys. Why didn't he do that? He didn't do anything for Black America, but he feels that we owe him something. He feels that we owe him to do something for him. But he did a lot for the LGBTQ whites, and he doesn't chastise them. He think it's fine to chastise Black men, call and accuse them of being misogynistic and not voting for a woman, but he doesn't have that same, he doesn't have that same energy for the LGBTQ whites. Did y'all peep game? Let's get into this. Let's get into the baboon Obama. Let's get back into him.
So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly.
He feels that he felt that he could speak to us directly. We're going to speak to you directly. Obama, we don't need you to speak to us directly. You didn't speak to us directly for 8 years. You sat in the office, you sat in the White House for 8 years. You never spoke to us directly. You never talked about a reparations bill. You never talked about a hate crime bill. You never did anything specifically to advance Black people in America. But now you feel you want to talk to us directly? Where was this energy in the White House? Where were you speaking to us directly when you were the most powerful man in the world? When you had all the influence in the world? And people love to say, well, he couldn't do anything for us. He couldn't do anything for us. That is hogwash. If Donald Trump taught us anything, if the Donald Trump presidency should have taught you anything, it's not that Barack Obama didn't or couldn't do it. It's the fact that he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. That's what, because Trump does what he does. Trump does what he wants. Jadero says, Master said he can't talk to the whites like that. He was just a black face to give you hope. That was a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. He was that. He was just, he was just a token black president. And I spoke about this. It's exactly what the George Floyd situation was. Instead of giving Black people change, after the whole George Floyd situation happened, instead of giving Black people change, giving them a hate crime bill, giving them a bill that would protect them from white supremacist officers, instead of giving better police reform, instead of doing things that will actually invoke change from another situation like that happening, what do? Oh, let's just give them a George Floyd statue. Let's just put a statue in the middle of the city. Let's just give them Black Lives Matters, or let's paint Black Lives Matters on the streets. That's what it is. It's just pure tokenism. Black people are sick of the tokenism, and that's what Obama represented. He represented tokenism. He didn't represent change, hope, everything that he ran a presidency on. He represented tokenism.
And say that when you have a choice that is this clear.
It was never clear. It was never clear because Kamala, I don't even want to play Barack Obama. He's such a charlatan. He's such a clown. He's such a manipulator. And it's so disrespectful for him to even come into the presence of Black men and chastise them and try to like almost tease them or bully them into voting for Kamala when the Democratic left hasn't done anything for Black America. Let's just call it how it is. But yeah, I just wanted to play that when Barack Obama was chastising Black men into voting for Kamala. Let's get back into Amanda Seale, what she had to say. I just wanted to play that video, that old clip of him doing that, just showing you the error in his ways. Let's get back into it.
He was like, I've been seeing a lot of folks nitpicking Obama lately.
As they should. We should be criticizing Obama. Obama spent 8 years in office, didn't do a damn thing for Black America. Then he leaves the White House. Instead of, being this great change and great hope, a face for hope and change, what Obama should have done? He should have took his ass to Chicago and cleaned up Chicago. He should have went to the United Nations and spoke to the United Nations about reparations. Then we could look at Obama and say, this is a man of change. This is a man that wants to do a great thing for Black America. He didn't do none of that. Obama is a clown. He's a clown. He's a pure clown. And I'm offended that Black people still have this affinity for him. I don't get it. I do not get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand why Black people have this affinity for this dude. I don't get it. A lot of people are mystified by, a lot of people love Michelle. A lot of people love the Barack Obama marriage with Michelle. They love the kids and all that. But when it comes to him actually doing things for Black America, he doesn't have a resume of doing these things. Let's get back into Amanda Seale and what she said, though.
And then I went to unfollow him, but he had already unfollowed me. So I don't know how at this point in this time people are still calling.
Oh, my fault. Hold on. Oh shit. Hold on, y'all. I got a lot of different things open.
Like a friend of mine still like, but Obama and Michelle are my forever FLOTUS. And I'm like, why?
That's a good question. Why is she? Why is Michelle Obama your forever FLOTUS? What has Michelle Obama? And listen, salute to Michelle Obama. She's a foundational Black American woman. But what has she done for Black Americans? Has she done anything? Has she spoken about reparations? Has she spoken about a hate crime bill? She hasn't done anything for Black America either. So she's just as guilty as her husband.
Things like Obama did more specifically for us. Please tell me, what did Obama do specifically for Black people? Fire! 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 Fire!
She's cooking with gas right now. She is cooking with gas. She got the propane grill on right now. I agree. He didn't do a damn thing for Black America. But you got Black people still licking his boots. Still singing his praises. Talking about he was the best president ever. How? When? Where? By just showing up? By just having a little bit of melanin and dusting off his shoulders? He's the best president because of that? Because it's damn sure not based off of him doing things for Black America. It's damn sure not based off of that. Let's continue.
Please, somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. Please. Obama was a great orator. He inspired many people.
That's a fact. He could charm the panties. He could charm the panties off of JoJo Siwa. He could charm the panties. He could charm the eyelashes off of Saucy Santana. He was a great orator. He was a great speaker. But that doesn't mean he was a great leader for Black America, because he was not.
People with his presence, but that does not avail him of critique and talking about his bad choices and policies. Inspired them to do what? What did Obama inspire them to do with his presence? Aspire to be a part of establishments? He never spoke about reparations. He never spoke about police protections, about securing police protections for Black people, or just for anyone, honestly. Just like qualified immunity should be removed in general. He said we couldn't have Medicare for all because the insurance companies provide jobs. Like, what are we, like, at some point, your politics has to come beyond identity. And that is what so many of us are stuck in. The identity politics, which literally is just, because they look like me. Representation is not a generic concept. So should we be proud that Clarence Thomas is on the Supreme Court?
I love that assessment.
Should we? I see lots of folks.
And, that was Amanda Seale. And I agree. Everything that Amanda Seale said I agree. Everything she said, I agree with. It's all identity politics. It's not that Black people love Obama because he did things to enrich their lives. He did things to advance the betterment of Black Americans in America. It's not that he was this great pioneer for, helping Black people or doing things for Black people or pushing through our agendas. It's not for none of that. It's because Obama was Black and Obama was melanated and he had a Black wife and he was just there. It's not based off of anything credible. He was safe. He was a part of the establishment. He was a house nigga. Essentially, people that have this affinity for Barack Obama, they're satisfied with a house nigga that did nothing for Black Americans. And to me, that's Obama's legacy. His legacy is a house nigga. His legacy is just sitting in the White House, doing nothing for Black America, using us for our culture currency, using us to get him in the White House. And then as soon as he gets in the White House, he says, I'm not doing nothing for you Negroes. And that's why Kamala Harris lost the election. She lost the election because a lot of Black people felt that Barack Obama turned his back on Black America, turned his back on our agenda and the things that we thought that he was going to do. Real spill. But that's what I'm going to say for tonight. It's kind of late. I just want to come on here and talk about a topic today. Salute to everybody that's in the chat. Salute to Daryl. Salute to FBA. I just want to talk about Amanda Seale and her criticisms of Black people and their affinity for Mr. Barack Hussein Obama. Let me know what you guys think of this live. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in another video, man. I'll see you guys in another live. We are out. You guys have a good night. Toodles. We out. One.